Hello, welcome to White Birch Tarot and Astrology. This is a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. And if you know where your Venus and Mars are, you can check them as well. I'm doing this kind of for the whole month of May. And I'm going to talk about the astrology briefly. And then I've chosen some cards and they're interesting. Pluto is in your sign. Hasn't been there too long. I'm trying to think. I should remember when Pluto moved out of Capricorn because I was so darn glad. Has it been 6 months? I should have checked that. Anyway, Pluto's at 3 degrees Aquarius. Pluto moves very slowly. And Pluto goes retrograde on like Monday the 5th. So it's going to move back to, I think, 2 degrees Aquarius. So take that into consideration if you have any planets at the beginning of Aquarius. You know, like 3 degrees either side of that. So like 0 to 7 or whatever is going to affect you. And also, and Pluto is, let me expand on that. Pluto is the god of the underworld. And he rules death, transformation, and rebirth. So he brings change and transformation everywhere he goes. And that can be uncomfortable and painful. But it can also be for your highest good. And things can transform for the better. So, not always easy, but Pluto brings change. That's all I can say. Having had him move through Capricorn and over my sun and some other stuff, I can attest to that. And right now, as an air sign, Aquarius is in good communication with Jupiter and Gemini. So your thought process is probably moving maybe even more quickly than you like, because a trine is like an open pipe and the energy just flows. So that's kind of good though. I mean, you're probably getting lots of ideas. But your ruler, Uranus, is in Taurus, and you're squaring that. So your ruler, which rules, you know, sudden ideas and revelations, the collective consciousness, electricity and computers and, you know, progressive thinking, is in an earth sign in Taurus, where it doesn't particularly like to be, but it changes things on a very physical, tangible level. And so your life might feel like it's changing on a physical level too, with your ruler in Taurus. Let me know if that's true. I would think so anyway. And also Mars is in Leo, which is opposite you. So Mars, the planet of desire, physical action, bravery, sexuality, is in Leo, which is opposite Aquarius. So there's a little bit of tension there where things might feel, you know, a little out of your grasp, maybe moving too quickly, maybe, I don't know. I'm just trying to think what that would feel like to have it opposite you in a fire sign. Probably like it might be out of your control just a bit. I'm not sure. And it's at 7 degrees. So, yeah, I imagine there's a little bit of tension between you, who likes to be rational, and although very intuitive at the same time, and imaginative, and, you know, can be very psychic and progressive minded. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words tonight. Is opposite your desires. So they might feel like you might feel like your desires are pulling you in a different direction than you want to go. So I don't know. Tell me if that's true or not. And it kind of looks like that's reflected in the reading a bit. These cards are weird tonight. Okay. This is probably this is the 11th sign that I've done. I'm doing them in order from Aries to Pisces, and this is the strangest reading, I swear. But then no two Aquarians are alike. I can attest to that. I love Aquarius energy, and I swear every Aquarian, I mean, we're all individuals, but Aquarians are like truly eccentric. They're just so different. Everyone is different from the other one. So, and that sounds kind of obvious, but if you know Aquarians, you know what I mean. Okay, we start with the 7 of Cups. Now, I don't know if this is going like chronologically, because it seems to be one thing and then another. So I'm thinking, you know, is this linear? I'm not quite sure, but it's 7 of Cups. So we have the imaginative energy. Neptune has just moved into Aries not too long ago, and Neptune goes, sorry, Pluto goes retrograde. No. Who goes? Yeah, Pluto goes retrograde, not Neptune. Neptune is at 1 degree of Aries. So you're in pretty good aspect to that. But this is the Neptunian card. This is the card of not being able to make up your mind, not knowing which way's up. Kind of, like not sure what you want, not sure how you feel on an emotional level. That's how it starts out. Then the cards are telling you that you need to focus. Okay, you need focus, you need determination, and you might need other people to help you in that. You need to ground yourself, stay at a very basic level of activity, of manifesting, of, doing things. Don't go wild. And if you can work in it with teamwork and collaboration, it's really going to benefit you. And then we get the Two of Wands, which is another card of needing to focus. You don't want your energy scattered. And again, with that Mars in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius, I'm thinking your desires could kind of be feel like they're out of your control. So you're going to have to rein them in. You need to point your energy in one direction, which might feel a little difficult with the two, but you need to. That's clear with the Three of Pentacles here. And then we get the Four of Wands, which is good. So we have a 2, 3, 4, even though that's Pentacles and not Wands. This is fire. And this is having achieved something. You've put something together. You've reached level 1. And it's a success. And it moves you to the next level. And it's solid. Okay? 4 is always a solid foundation. So you can achieve something. And I think you will this month. Especially if you can stay focused. And wow, we get the 10 of Pentacles. It's something that is very solid. It's very something that you wanted, something secure. You've achieved something very real. But the problem with a 10 is when you get to the 10, you got to start over again because you're at the end. So you're kind of done with something. I think you're going to achieve something in the next month, but then there's going to be a feeling of, okay, now what? That's the 7 of Cups. Now what? Because I'm done with this. But it's positive, okay? And then these two cards go together, I think, at the end, because I got 2 instead of 1. We get the Hierophant. This is having a spiritual focus, a feeling of faith and belief and, knowing where you stand, having the key of wisdom, like, higher knowledge and having a mentor. You might want to take a class in something or listen to someone who's got some more wisdom or feel like reading something. You're feeling a little bit lost and like you need some direction on a spiritual level. And the reason I'm saying that I think you're lost instead of grasping that is because you get the 2 of Swords with it, which is reaching a stalemate where you've lost your focus. You're like, I don't know, the sun is blotted out. I don't know which way to go on this. And it came out with the Hierophant. So there's a feeling of not being certain exactly spiritually which way to go, or if you're not particularly spiritual, just like higher thinking, like what do I have faith in right now? Where do I go from here? It's kind of that where do I go from here cards, feeling, energy. And then I drew 3 shadow cards. I said, what's holding Aquarius back? And I get the 4 of Swords, which is interesting because we got the 4 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So yeah, you are at a mental kind of a crossroads here, and you're tired of thinking about it. And I'm not quite sure if this is telling me that well, when I look at the next card, I think it is telling me you're tired of thinking about it. But I think you need to think about it, because I'll show you why. Because the next card we get is the 2 of Swords, which is sort of the refusal to make a decision, which again is reflected here, telling you to focus here, focus your energy. But here your thoughts are just like, I don't know. I've lost my way. So this is what's holding you back. You don't know which way to go mentally, and you're tired of thinking about it. So is it asking you to press on? I think so. I think so, because the next shadow card I draw is the Fool, which is, as a shadow card, is a refusal to take a risk. It's like the beginning of the journey, and you're saying, no, 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 no. I don't know which way to go, so I'm just not going to move. You're kind of refusing to wake up and, you know, look around you and see what the messages are telling you to do next. You're just like, I'm waiting for someone to tell me, which is okay if you need some information or some mentoring. There's nothing wrong with that. You do need people to help you here. But I think that's what's holding you back, is you're not trusting your thoughts, and you're kind of refusing to make a decision and make a move. You're just like, no, I've been doing it this way. I'm going to do it this way. So then I drew 2 oracle cards, and we get regeneration, which totally goes along with Pluto in your sign. Pluto brings regeneration. It's transformation. Whether you want it or not, things will be transformed. So use that energy as best you can, because if you resist it, it doesn't do any good when Pluto moves through. So you might as well try to go with it and welcome the transformation. Just you decide, you know. You can't always decide with Pluto what's going to be transformed, but it helps if you have an idea, and it helps if you flow and can be flexible. And Aquarius is a fixed sign, so they don't really like to be flexible, but you might need to be. Okay, because I also get with it the Here and Now card. You know what? I'm gonna cheat and look at the. It's not cheating, but I'm gonna see how they put it in the book here. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Yeah, we knew that. That's the wrong one. Protection message. Whenever you find your mind drifting into the past, wondering if things could have or should have been better, or whenever you find yourself longing for the good old days, you leak power. The same is true of looking too far ahead and hoping the future will provide you with certainty. Driven by ambition, you might wander too long in a place with no substance and forget that you are here today. The past and future are illusions. Oh, I need to hear that. Whenever you leave the present moment, you're disconnecting from your inherent power to manifest your reality with true substance. Neither past nor future can give you what you need. Now is all that counts. Come back from those eternities and be here now. All will be well, and miracles will appear as if by magic in the perfect timing of spirit. Okay. All right, well, that's the 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. Let's see, 46 is regeneration. Forgot the word. Okay. I'm a little goofy tonight. I don't know why I'm so tired. This energy is just, I keep saying that. I think it's just me. Okay. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Come on, Laura, you can talk. Endings come in many forms, and now is the time to stop holding on to what must die, so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. There is no need to struggle or grieve. Whatever your query, let it go. You're about to be reborn. I'm telling you, when Pluto goes through your sign, you will be reborn. I can attest to that after Capricorn went through, after Pluto went through Capricorn. Now I'm mixing up my words here. Guess I need to go to bed. Yeah, so this is really, you know, you got a lot of focusing to do here, but there's also a lot about having faith and endings and beginnings, you know, with the Fool as a shadow card and the 10 of Pentacles coming up. Looks like you might be headed for new territory here, but just take it one day at a time and try to focus. But you will be successful at something this month. It looks like it. But whenever we get the 10, we got to start over. So don't be afraid if that happens. Okay, please leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated. Let me know how the energy is treating you. And also please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. I'm losing my voice, so I will say good night. Blessings. Thank you for listening.